This is a little VA story I got. Uh, Yesterday I went and got a physical for old people. I don't know. If old or whatever. But got the physical and stuff. And as usual, kind of go in there thinking, what the hell now? And to be honest, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't even give a shit. Because, it's the same crap. I want to go in there and people are sitting on their ass and checking in veterans, this, that, and the other. It's an ass-sitting job. A lot of farts going on there, probably. But it kind of reminded me of when I was an electrician installing all the electrical shit. And it brings back these memories when I was the guy that was doing all the work so they could sit on their ass. And it also reminds me of back in the 80s when things started getting smaller, meaning things started becoming a little more digital. So I was trying to keep up with the Jonesies. And so I took a microcomputer basics course back in 1989. I think the operating system was 3.1. And basically you learn Windows and how to put folders here and folders there and all this other crap. And passed the course. It was I think it was like an hour or like 30 days. It was a month long, but like an hour a night for maybe 2 nights a week. I don't know. Easy course. And that prepares you to get some job sitting on your ass. But one thing I do notice a lot is a lot of veterans are pissed off because they're freaking struggling, It's like, help, I need help. For me, I just gotta say whatever. Because I never got checked for doing nothing in my life. Nobody ever gave me nothing. I mean, I've been in food lines. You go on the food line. I tell a story about the food line out in California. It was back in the early 90s. I'm sitting there on the food line. And somebody cut into somebody else. And the dude just goes, man, screw you, motherfucker. And pulls a knife on this guy. And, sticks him. I was like, holy shit, And this is the 90s. So, the 90s, early 90s, things were pretty sketchy. Especially where I was from. They sell these little things called, it's like a cigarro, but it's literally called cigarro. And they get them from the border. These little smokes, cigarettes, little stubby smokes. And then they bring them up from the border. And then they go where the homeless shelters are. And basically just sell them at the shelters to people that need smokes, because that's just the way it was. So I understand a lot of people are struggling. I also understand higher education. But there comes a time when your old learning, what you learned, becomes obsolete. It's just you either need to be updated on your skills, I guess, or throw in the towel. So And that could be kind of tricky for the simple fact that nobody wants to throw in the towel, you know. Then it gets real desperate. But for me, I feel pretty fortunate. Just the simple fact that I worked like so many years, even as a civilian, that I worked so many all them years between my times of being homeless here and there. I also had some times of, you know, got good jobs here and there. And tow truck driving job I had, loader job I've had. Worked at SeaWorld as a cook back in the day. And then in the Marine Corps, I completed that. Navy completed that. And then also the electrical 4-year schooling, I completed that. And then went on for 10 years. But nobody cares what you did in the past. It's like, nobody really, everybody's like, yeah, whatever. You know, this is now, dude. And so I think the thing that I've learned is, you know, you can have somebody that's like got a Purple Heart, did all these crazy things back in the day. But when push comes to shove, in the real world, in my opinion, is really just kind of a shit show. It's like whatever works, dude. If you're gonna work at McDonald's, you work at McDonald's. If you're gonna work at SeaWorld, you work at SeaWorld. You sling chicken all day. If you're gonna be a bum, you be a bum. Be the best bum you can. You know, real life, there are no boundaries. And that's the difference between the military and the civilian life. Having worked in both of them, is that in the real world, you're on your own. And there's really not a whole lot there to help you out. Except, like getting stuff, like for veterans, you can get a flu shot. I got my flu shot yesterday. I got my tetanus shot. I talked with the doctor for a while. Even got referred for some mental counseling because I'm just as screwed up as anybody else. Even with like the things I have, you know, cars and stuff, bikes, cars, whatever. I got all that. But we live in a weird world. In the civilian world, very strange, very different. Very silent. Compared to the military. The civilian world is more groups of people. When you're not part of like a group, like say you're like, my doctors, they're all part of this group. You know, I'm sure they probably go to dinner together and stuff. Then you got me dragging ass in there. They spend about 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes with me. And look at you and say, yeah, you can lose some weight. And then they're gone. And I kind of thought about that. And I just realized that I'm just part of the whole, do whatever do whatever you want to do. Nobody gives a crap. You want to go freaking make a bike that has like 10 wheels? Freaking do it. You want to make a skateboard with 5, 6 trucks and freaking 12 wheels? Go ahead and do it. But somewhere along the line, we get caught up in these regiments. Yeah, gotta be regimented or some shit. But Also, what I figured out is that I cannot slow my aging process. I'm going to be 62 years old soon. Still overweight, but whatever. Optimally, they want you to be at like 180 pounds at my age. But you know, if you're retired, sometimes you like to eat. So this is kind of where that's kind of where I'm at with that. Still do all this walking, but I realize one thing is that walking alone will not lower the blood pressure all the way. So that's why, say, 100 years ago, people used to live to be like 40 years old. Now you can live like 80, 90 years old with the help of medication. But as far as like a working life goes, you know, your longevity in the workplace, I would say at about 50 years old, you're going to start seeing the downhill trajectory. And from there, it goes pretty quick. Like when you retire, these beautiful leaves. When you retire at like 50 years old, they say a lot of people retire and then they're dead within like 2 years. I really believe that. Just for the simple fact that when you take away a man's purpose in life, I don't care if you're a freaking porn star. You got a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't care if you're freaking John Holmes. He had a purpose in life. Kept him going. I mean, sadly, he passed away. But everybody wants to have some kind of purpose in life. I mean, you can enjoy the trees, you can enjoy this nature, beautiful nature and stuff. But at the core of a human being, I think we need purpose. Purpose for me was always either I was an electrician or I was a Marine, I was a dad, I was a friend. I was always really, I would try to help out my friends whenever they were hurting. I had friends that, you know, alcoholic. I gave them my last $20 so, you know, they could take a bus or something, get somewhere. But all that stuff kind of ended for me when I left them. And then I ended up on the other side of the country. Which had its own downside too, because I'm not from here. I don't have good connections out here. So I wing it. And I try to get all the help I can get. So somebody willing to help me out, yeah, I take the help. Yesterday I helped a guy, his car died, and I put him in my car and drove him, you know, up the road to his house. Little things like that. But as I get closer to the other side, you know, I think I really truly believe that when you get to the other side, when you die, when you get ready to die, your body just says, you know, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. It's probably going to be similar to when I had meningitis. Your body just says, yeah, fuck it. You're like, and then you die. And I believe that's going to happen to me. I mean, I'm a pretty tough guy, I guess. I have a lot of Irish blood in me, English, survived a lot of childhood abuse, survived my own friggin' drug addiction early in the 80s. and my own alcoholism, which I believe was genetic, because my mother was an alcoholic, and then my dad was a crazy Irish guy that killed himself off a 200-foot bridge, 2 o'clock in the morning. He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here." And then left me stranded because my mother was already gone, and my stepmother kicked me out of the house 2 weeks after he died. So I'm no stranger to struggle. But even from the ashes of that, being homeless and stuff, I still went on to, serve in the Marines and then the Navy and work as an electrician. And it doesn't mean I'm a badass. I'm anything but. Maybe I just got lucky, But at this point in life, I don't really see the need to keep pushing so hard. Like, I like walking. Calms my brain down. When I look forward, I don't see a whole lot ahead of me as far as working towards something. I think if anything, it's just working towards bettering myself and getting to know who I am versus seeking approval from other people or whatever. Because fuck other people, they don't give a shit about me. But I will say that there is help out there. The help out there, you really have to kind of find it. Even all the way up to like dental work. A lot of people have problems like, fucking normal shit. Look at my freaking tooth's rotting out of my head. What do I do? Where do I go? Nobody knows. So, but it is out there. Most of it is online anymore. And then of course you would have to, go to the appointment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go online and then, dentist ain't gonna pop out of your computer and say, "Here you go." You have to kind of go through these protocols. And that's the same with the veterans. So if you need mental health, it's ridiculous to sit there on Facebook and just badmouth the VA without doing your own homework on finding out how to get help, because the help's out there. Yeah, you got to find it instead of saying fuck the VA on the computer. You got to say, okay, well, what can I do today to make my life a little easier? And that's basically kind of what I did. I said, screw this, I need to get some help, and got some dental work, blood work. If you need CPAP, if you got a CPAP or something, they give you supplies for the CPAP. They give you a whole freaking CPAP if you need one. VA benefits. VA benefits are out there. I mean, it's just a matter of, finding the right freaking dude, lady, whatever, to review your medical records and submit the proper paperwork, and then, boom, there it is. But it's like, it's impossible to do it yourself. It's kind of like me trying to understand modern day computer technology when I have a education in microcomputer basics 1989 3.1. I mean, come on, dude. So yeah, I guess that's what I got. that's all I had to really say about that. Medical benefits are there. A lot of times, medical benefits or any kind of benefits will translate over to monetary compensation. Whatever you do with that money is your business, really. But it's there for those who have service-related freaking problems with life. You know what I'm saying? So, what was this video about? I don't know. But there, yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent talking about the VA stuff. But yeah, it kind of got me thinking a lot. Spent a lot of time kind of pondering my life, cleaning the house and stuff. Sometimes I get too caught up cleaning the house, I forget to go out and actually look around, see stuff. But yeah, as far as like getting older, yeah, it can be pretty tough, especially if you have some issues, because the world doesn't care. You know, you care, but the world doesn't. Trash guy's gonna keep going by. You know, food trucks are still gonna run. All that stuff. Border's still gonna have problems. You know, McDonald's still has the E. coli. But we don't live in a perfect world, that's for sure. Alright, I'm ranting on way too much, so I gotta finish my walk. Thanks for watching.